1 year ago today, I did my first dash. So today is my 1 year anniversary. Yay! Today I'm going to do a challenge. I went back and looked and saw what my first dash was. And I even remember that day quite well. So today we're going to do a anniversary challenge. Can I make more in a 3 hour and 41 minute shift today than I did a year ago? Let's find out. Stick around and ride with me. Hi everyone, it's Pop. Welcome back to my anniversary challenge. If you're new here, we welcome you. Those that's been here before, I thank you for coming back again. Today is 1 year of doing DoorDash. I went back and looked at my records to see exactly what I did that first dash. I actually remember quite well my very first one. In fact, I was so excited about it, I even sent a text to my wife. So today, this is a whole different world when it comes to gig work. A year ago, the economy was better. People tipped more. People were ordering more. And now with the economy the way it is, people aren't tipping. People aren't ordering as much. So there's challenges that we have today that I didn't have back then. Stick around and ride with me today, and we'll talk about the good, the bad, and everything about what's happened to me in the last year with DoorDash. In the meantime, let's get the app turned on and get delivering. Okay, so I got my tracking app turned on, got DoorDash turned on, got the first offer already. It's a small one. I'm going to go ahead and take it just to kind of get things kicked off. And I did set a timer. So I'm going to keep track of my 3 hours and 41 minutes of dashing. Let's go pick up at the restaurant. Okay, we got that one dropped off. Had a little bit of time trying to find the place. It was a business and GPS brought me on the wrong side of the building. But anyway, we got it dropped off, got it delivered. We got it done on time. I got another small, quick order to do. Just picked it up. It was waiting for me at the door. We're heading there to drop it off. So let's deliver. It's starting to rain a little bit. The weather for today is supposed to be scattered showers, and evidently here's one of the scattered showers. I don't think we're supposed to get a lot of rain. In fact, looking in front of me I see blue sky. But anyway, it's raining at the moment, and we're heading back to my target area. Got the app running. We'll see what we'll catch on the way. Okay, I'm getting offers one after the other. Not really the best of offers. Let me look at this one real quick and see what I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to go ahead and take this one only because it's okay. Yeah, definitely just okay. Okay, let me get this going, and I'll get back here in a moment. What happened? It disappeared. It disappeared. I hit accept. Ah, here we go. Directions. And come on. Directions. I know where I'm going, but I don't know what the quickest way is to get out of here. I think I know. If this guy girl, whoever would get out the way, I could take off and we could get going, actually. My GPS is acting stupid right now. Route can't be shown, okay? Why not? Directions again. Let's see what it does. It's not working. My phone's acting goofy at the moment. That's always fun. when your phone acts strange. It did that with the DoorDash order. I hit accept and it disappeared like if the offer went away. And then all of a sudden it just kind of popped back up again. So anyway, traffic is a mess this morning. Where am I going? I'm going right there. So let's see if I can get out of here in all this traffic. I'll be quiet. I know there's a car in front of me. Quit beeping at me. Yeah. Well, I got a feeling this is really going to be a late pickup. And we're sitting here waiting for traffic and waiting for traffic. Okay, people. When there's no cars coming from the road, you should be getting on the road. And good, there was a red light. And we're heading into Sonic. Okay. And we got this guy gonna block the road. Fun. Lafayette driving is fun. Okay, I'm about to pull into Sonic to pick this order up. I'll get back with you shortly. Okay, so I got to Sonic, picked up the order. It was a large Coke with vanilla. And I'm thinking, do people really order just a Coke with vanilla in it to be delivered a few miles from Sonic? But it makes sense now. Second pickup was Subway. Same person. Both drop-offs at the same house, of course. So she ordered a Coke from Sonic and a sandwich from Subway. So that makes sense. Anyway, we're on the way. We'll be there in just a few minutes. Let's deliver. Just picked up another order. Heading to the drop-off. And you might be wondering why I'm not showing you the offer cards. I think I've decided, since this is an anniversary challenge, that it would be more interesting to wait till the end to see how the totals come out. Might be interesting. I thought things would be a little bit different than what they are, but who knows? Anyway, we're heading to the customer to drop this order off. Let's deliver. So let's talk a little bit about my first dash 1 year ago today. I was nervous, had a lot of anxiety about it. I'd never done anything like this before. I watched all the training that they had for DoorDash. I even went on YouTube and watched some YouTube videos. Those were good. The only thing is, these were from people all over the country, and I found out later, and I might talk about this later on, I found out later that not every market has the same app and that it works the same. So anyway, I'm fairly tech savvy, so I figured I could probably figure out how to use the app. But it did take me a little bit of doing to figure it out. It's not really hard, but you do have certain things you got to watch out for. I was nervous because I didn't want to mess up. I had no idea really what to do when I got to the restaurant, where to go, what to ask for, what to say. Didn't really have any idea what to do once I got to the customer. Do I give it to the customer? Do I just leave it at the door? Do the whole 9 yards with that? So it took me probably a couple of weeks after I was accepted on the app to actually do my first dash. And I remember that day. It was a Friday. I got off of work, my regular job. I get off early on Friday afternoons. Finally decided today's the day I'm going to do my first dash. So I get off work, go home, do little things around the house, whatever. Decide it's time to go. Get in the car, start it up, turn on the app in my driveway. And I'm only like a mile from some restaurants. and took off down the road. When I got about a half mile down the road, I got my first offer, Taco Bell. And I don't have anything to show for it other than just memory and my records that I keep. First offer, Taco Bell, was $4.75. And I don't know the exact mileage, but if I remember right, I know where I went. That would be about 8 or 9 miles. Yeah, you can tell I was a rookie. Anyway, I was excited about it. Took off, texted my wife, told her that I had my first order. When it was done, texted her back, said completed my first order. And it was also a PIN number from the customer. So that's how my very first order went. Anyway, we're heading to the customer to drop this off. I'll tell you a little bit more in a bit. Let's deliver. Okay, just dropped off an order, and we're back on the road looking for another offer. And today, man, nothing but little bitty offers. $5, $6, I mean, small. Fortunately, the mileage is not high on them. I'm seeing $5 offers for 3 miles or 2 miles. It fits the dollar per mile thing and what have you, but the dollar per hour and everything else is not quite there. So it's kind of a struggle today so far. So who knows how this is going to end up at the end. Will I make more today, or will I have made more in my first dash? It's going to be interesting. Let's talk about on-time rating with DoorDash over the last 12 months. DoorDash has a rating system for their drivers, platinum, gold, silver. It's been in this market since I started. Some markets have a little bit different things. If you're late picking up an order at a restaurant, or if you're late dropping it off at a customer, it would ding you as being late delivery, which would then affect your overall driver's score. As time progressed, it kept getting consistently worse and worse, to the point where I could show up at a restaurant 5 minutes early from the pickup time, and the restaurant would take 15 minutes past the pickup time to have their food ready. That 15 minutes was blamed on the drivers, and we were getting dinged as being late on pickups when we had no control over it. And it got really, really bad. I mean, almost every order you picked up, you were getting late, which would just bring your driver's score down more and more. It got really frustrating because as a driver, I'm doing everything I can to make sure that I pick up on time, I deliver on time, I do a good job, trying my best to do my best, and getting penalized for it. So that was quite an aggravating time doing DoorDash. Fortunately, in the middle of that is when Spark accepted me. I started doing Spark at that time, liked it, didn't have the pressure of the on-time scenario with them, being 1 minute late and your driver score is affected. Spark does have an on-time, but it's not something like what DoorDash is, because DoorDash, you're delivering hot food from a restaurant, so yeah, you have to be there at a particular time. Delivering groceries, yeah, you've got a time limit if you have perishables or whatever, but you've got plenty time. So anyway, at that point, I started doing more Spark than DoorDash. Throughout the months, I got more and more Spark and less DoorDash. I still did it, but it was aggravating because of the on-time thing. Then there was an app update, I guess after enough drivers complaining about it. When the update came, there were ways for the driver to not be blamed for it, and things got a lot better. So at that point, I started doing a little bit more DoorDash, but still more Spark. Here recently, Spark has been drying up, so I'm back to doing a little bit more DoorDash and have been doing fairly well with it. Except today, it looks like. But anyway, they have pretty much taken care of most of the on time issue that they had. Although I have seen the last week or so, a little bit of that's coming back. Not like it was before, but used to until like a week or so ago. When you check into a restaurant, if the order's not ready, you've got the option to tell it, hey, the order's still being prepared, or it hadn't started yet, or whatever. And after a few minutes of past the time of pickup, DoorDash would send you, hey, we got you back. We know the restaurant's taking a long time to get your order. But I haven't seen that in the last week or so. So I'm kind of curious about that. We're still looking for some decent offers. I just turned down one. It was, what was it? You'll see it here. It was like $2 and something for however many miles. It was ridiculous. But anyway, we're looking for the next offer. I'll get back to you shortly. Okay, we finally got a pretty good order. It's at Five Guys. Just picked it up. While I was in there, I got an add-on for Albertsons to do a pickup there. Now, between me and you, I have never had a good experience at Albertsons picking up. But for the amount that it's paying, I'm going to give it a try. Problem with Albertsons is it shows you in the app, pick up one item. Well, it's not pick up one item, it's pick up one order. The order could be anything from a bag of chips to an entire grocery cart full of groceries. So that's always a mystery on what you're going to be picking up at Albertsons. But let's see what happens. Hopefully, we'll have it ready for us. We'll see. Be right back. If I had hair right here before this order, I wouldn't have it after. I get to Albertsons. I arrive at 2:09. Pickup time is 2:11. I walk in, tell the associate what I'm there for. She looks it up and she says, oh, they're shopping it right now. It'll be ready in about 10 minutes. I said, okay, 10 minutes. I'll go ahead and wait. I'll wait my 10 minutes. I get the notification from DoorDash, we've got you back. But I still can't unassign from it because it'll affect my rating, my completion rating. So I'm waiting. When my 10 minutes gets there, I ask the associate again, do you know how much longer it's going to be and why it's taking so long? She said, so she looked it up. She said, oh, this order is not supposed to be ready until 2:35. Wait a minute. I showed her my phone. Look, it says pickup time 2:11. Yeah, I know DoorDash does that all the time. I don't know why they do that. But this order is not supposed to be ready to 2:35. Okay. Do you know about how much longer? Well, it's 30 items, so she ought to have it ready pretty soon. Well, doing Spark, I know 30 item shop is not a 10-minute shop. So I look again, look at my time that I have that I can unassign from it. It shows that I can unassign without affecting my rating. So I go ahead and unassign and hit directions to the Five Guys delivery. It shows I'm going to arrive 10 minutes after their delivery time estimate. Okay, DoorDash normally, when you have a stacked order, will adjust the time to the next drop-off. They didn't do that this time. So on my way to the drop-off, I call support and I tell them what happened, and I tell them I should not be charged being late because of what happened at the store. She looks it up and she proceeds to tell me this is not a DoorDash issue with the delivery pickup time at the store. She said this was a order that a customer did at Albertsons, or to Albertsons. Albertsons is the one that initiated the pickup. Albertsons is the one that initiated the pickup time. But they did not put the proper pickup time. So the blame fell back on to the store, to Albertsons. Anyway, support did go through and took it off of a late delivery. So I did get this one excluded, so it's not being charged as a late delivery. So we're back on looking for some more offers, and hopefully my phone won't keep overheating and shutting off on me. Let's continue this adventure. So I had an offer, pick up across the street at Five Guys. Typically it takes me about 2 to 3 minutes to get from where I was parked to Five Guys. Not today. It took me 7 minutes, people. 7 minutes to get across the street. We've got 11 and a half minutes left of this challenge. Whew, it's a tough one. Let's deliver. While we head into the drop-off, I want to just kind of make some comments about the last year of doing DoorDash and just doing gig work overall. The gig apps make it seem so glamorous. Overall, I mean, you've got ups and downs. Overall, it's decent. Okay, you'll have bad times. Like right now, this past 2 weeks have been absolutely horrible on all the gig apps. Spark, DoorDash, Uber Eats, everything has been just so slow. Then you have other times where things are booming and you just can't stop for a moment because you're doing delivery after delivery. I've made everything from $6 an hour to $40 an hour. You have to not get discouraged at the slow times. You're going to have them. If you're going to work the gig work, you're going to have times 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. I've seen a month of just nothing. Then I've seen a month of, you can't keep up with it. So it averages out though. And that's the main thing you got to keep in mind. Don't give up when it gets slow. Don't get overconfident when it gets busy. I think that's something that happened to me here recently. I was doing consistently $28, $30 an hour for like a month. And now I'm barely getting, if I get $20 an hour per night now, I'm doing really good. So, and today, so far in this particular challenge here, folks, it's not looking good. I'm going to compare to what was then with what is now. It's going to be tough. Hang around and find out. All right, everybody. I'm holding my phone again because it keeps getting too hot up there and shutting off on me. So I've got it in front of the air conditioning vent to cool it off. Okay, we got the results. Hang on to your seats. 1 year ago, my first dash, 3 hours and 41 minutes, I made $47.07. Today, 1 year later, anniversary challenge. Did I beat that? Yes, I did. Not by much. It's been a very slow day today, folks. $47.07 a year ago, in 3 hours and 41 minutes, $50.05 today. in 3 hours and 41 minutes. Yes, but I beat the record from my first dash, $3 and what, 2 cents. But where the difference came in is I did that $50.05 with 50 miles, dollar per mile. Even that's not that great. First dash was $47.07, 87 miles for $54 per mile. So there's some improvement there. But again, that's gig life. You have your good days, you've got your bad days. Today has been extremely slow. Today I averaged $13.53 during this challenge. A year ago it was $12.72. All I can say is I have days where, yes, I do. Well, I've had days where I've done $6 an hour for an hour or two and I just give it up for the day. And I've had days that I've done right at $40 an hour. It all averages. It all comes out to being able to keep this thing going. Again, gig life is just so many ups and downs. You just got to go with it. So anyway, we're finished with the anniversary challenge. I'm going to hit back on the road, probably head to Spark for a while, see what happens with them. Maybe a little more DoorDash later this evening during the supper rush. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like, hit subscribe, please. It helps the channel grow. I appreciate every one of you that's watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. And until the next time, keep delivering.